Hope the High Road by Jason Isbell is in standard tuning and is typically played on electric. I'm going to show you this opening part real quick on acoustic, and then the video will shift into electric. The intro, there are two different ways to approach this. Jason Isbell is playing a standard D chord. If you have an open 4th string, a fretted 3rd string on the 2nd string, 2nd fret, fretted 3rd string on the 2nd fret with your 1st finger. A fretted 2nd string on the 3rd fret with your 3rd finger, and then a fretted 1st string on the 2nd fret with your 2nd finger. There's a standard D chord. Jason Isbell is striking the D and then moving into an A chord that I'm making and that he makes by just barring across the 2nd fret on strings 4, 3, and 2 with an open 5 string. You want to exclude string number 1 in this. You don't want string 1 barred. But so you've got a D into the A. The second chord that Jason Isbell plays is an F sharp minor. And the way that you make this is that out of the A, he puts his ring finger down on the 5th string 4th fret, pinky finger down on the 4th string 4th fret, 1st finger goes down on the 3rd string 2nd fret, and then his thumb wraps around to grab the 6th string 2nd fret to make this F sharp minor, and then it goes back into, it hits like a double chunk on the F sharp minor, and then goes back into the A. So D, A, F sharp minor A, F sharp minor A. And that's what Jason Isbell tends to be doing in the intro. A second way to approach this that you see me doing in the intro to this tutorial is what the lead guitar player is doing, which is not a standard D. What he does is he bars the A chord, and he'll lay his ring finger down on the 4th string 4th fret, and second finger will go down on the 2nd string 3rd fret. You'll still have the bar happening through the A formation right here, so your 3rd string 2nd fret will still be barred, and he'll strike that while Jason Isbell is striking the D, and it would sound like, so he'll get the resonance out of the A with how he's doing this, and then he would just lift these two fingers, his 2nd finger and 3rd finger, up to get his A chord, and then the F sharp minor. So that's two ways to think about the intro, depending on whether or not you're wanting to do it exactly how Jason Isbell's doing it, or if you're wanting to be more of an accompanying player to someone that you're playing with. That's one way to think about changing up the voicing. At one point, Jason Isbell runs out of this A up into a different voicing of an A by putting his ring finger on the 3rd string 4th fret, plucking it, and then running up to the 6th fret on the 3rd string, and then planting your 2nd finger down on the 2nd string 5th fret, and kind of put some tremolo on it. And then falls right out of that back into the riff. Alright, so that's the opening riff. The verse chords are basically the same idea and feel as the opening riff, but it's being played as a D chord instead of this alternate voicing that we were doing during the riff. So it's just a straight D chord into an A chord, then an F sharp minor into an A chord. The next movement in this song is a B minor, an A, and an E. And the way that he's fretting these is just a standard B minor chord with your first finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, ring finger on the 4th string 4th fret, pinky finger on the 3rd string 4th fret, and middle finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret. So that's your B minor chord. And he pretty much just strikes all the strings and even, lets these E's ring out from what I can tell. Maybe not so much the low E, but definitely this high E is just kind of ringing out throughout the chord. The second chord is dropping down to the A that we've already talked about, that he just bars with his first finger. And then it moves into an E that looks a little bit weird in the video, and what he's doing is he is barring with his first finger on the 5th and 4th strings on the 2nd fret. He's taking his ring finger and laying it down on the 3rd fret, 3rd string 4th fret, and then pinky finger is getting laid down on the 2nd string 5th fret, and that's the way that he's playing the E in those in that chorus, I guess. Occasionally you'll see him just make a standard E, but he's also making this style E as well, which basically just removes the 3rd of the chord so that you don't have that note in it anywhere. After running through those chords a few times, it goes up into a D. And I think he's probably leaving the high E unfretted to just ring out. And then into a standard E chord. And then back into the verse riff. Sorry, back into the verse riff. Whenever it comes around to the bridge is an F sharp minor and an A, and then an F sharp minor again, and the D chord, and then an E chord. And then it goes into a solo, and as the solo is taking place, the other instruments are still just laying the groundwork on the D and F, or D into A, F sharp minor into A riff that has existed in the other verse motions.